Then also I wanted to share my plant progress. And when I was explaining to somebody, well, actually I was listening to them talk about things going on in their life, and I thought about my plants. All right, I think it's a life lesson. Let me show you what I mean. So this is an example of one of the seed packets that we use. This is the one for carrot. Notice how tiny it is, right? And I'm going to show you what it looks like now. But we actually got a couple of seeds. How do I don't know how to, oh, okay, I can turn this around like this. Beep. Yes, so got a couple of seeds. Carrot, I'm going to show you. Basil is pretty tall right now. I think this is growing. And we got all of these seeds from, they were giving away free stuff when we first moved here, and we just took packets of seeds, as well as clothes, because we're waiting on our stuff to come from Korea. Cucumbers, I'm pretty sure is growing. But this is the one I'm really excited about. I cannot wait to see if it actually produces some fruit. Is it called a fruit? I think so. But let me show you what the seed looks like, how big it is. There. So this is the seed, and it's over there. See, I'm going to show you in a second. But this is the point I was making with someone as they were talking about something, and it reminded me of this, right? Well, this seed is pretty big, but when my daughter and I decided to plant all of these seeds, which by the way came from the fact that I knew that I needed to spend more quality time with her. She didn't want to leave the house because we take too long when we leave the house. That's cutting into her free time. So I thought, well, why don't we just plant these seeds that we got? And so we spent morning kind of doing that, sorting them out, all these seed packets out. See, they're right here. And labeling it and everything. And we did all the work. We did what was right. We used a seed pod thing, which I'll show you, and we put the seeds in and we labeled them all, and we watered it and we put it in the bright sun like it said to do, and we waited, and eventually something sprouted, and we were so excited, and we followed the directions and we watered it some more, and then we noticed mold growing on it, which was pretty sad. It's like I followed the directions, but there's mold. So then it took away the luster of just like, wow. And I was like, ugh. But I still wanted to see it grow, but it kind of lost the appeal. And so because something happened that we didn't expect, which was the mold. And then we kind of forgot about it because it was in a place that we didn't really think about it too much. And it was actually in her window, but she had the curtains around it, so she never opened her curtains. I guess we didn't really want to see it, and time passed. And after a while, we realized, you know what? It's super dry. It's not going to make it. And then finally I decided, you know what, let me just transplant the ones that did make it into a pot. And I have pictures of this progress along the way. I'll probably add pictures to this video if I can save it, because it's a documentation of the journey. Even though I'm talking about planting seeds, it's kind of like our life, right? We sometimes do the right things, and we follow the directions, and we do all the things we're supposed to do, and then something unexpected comes up, and it just, and then it just loses the appeal, and we're just like, and it's just not the same. And life keeps going, but we make choices as to how we're going to respond. What are we going to do? Are we going to keep going? Are we going to try? Are we going to transplant the seedlings, which can't make it in these little seed pods forever? And I got an example of that. So my daughter, when we first moved here to Texas, because we like seeing things grow, well, we like it, but I don't think we like doing the work. She bought this aloe vera plant, which is right here. Let me see if I can show you. So I brought it outside. See, here's her aloe vera plant. Looks pretty nice. She put these strings on there because it was, I guess she was worried that it was gonna I don't know why she put the strings on there actually, but look at the dirt. This thing here, first of all, it keeps doing that, and it has actually grown. And she cut a piece off one day and used it, or just checked it out. And look at this pot though. I mean, if you put it up, it can't. It can't even. It can't stand up. It's like crammed into that little pot, and even though it's growing, right? You can see the new growth in there. Even though it's growing, it's gonna be limited. It can't do more than what it's doing right now. I mean, because look, the roots in that little thing, we're limiting it. So I've been telling her, why don't you add some dirt? We have the dirt, fix it, repot it. But she hasn't for some reason, so I'm gonna help her out today, because there's no way this thing's gonna make it. Here's the dirt. I'm gonna help that out, but so this video is not so long. I just want to say that isn't that kind of like us, right? At first we want to do the work, right? Maybe you start a new thing. I know I do that a lot with watercolor. You buy all this stuff. Photography, you buy all this stuff. I don't know, joining a membership to a gym, you do that. You're motivated, and then, I don't know, it just loses its appeal after a while, or it's harder than you thought it was, or it just takes too long, and then it's just gone. So your desire. That's my neighbor's dog. We have dogs, by the way, all the way around here. So no need to get a dog, because we hear them all the time. But sometimes you need somebody to come along and help you out, right? I'm going to help out my daughter and plant this thing. She wants to, but I don't know why she hasn't done it yet. I guess it's because it's too much effort. Even though she put effort into it at first, but we kind of lose our appeal. But I want to show you, remember this seed and all the other seeds that I showed you at the beginning. If you continue to do the things that you need to do, if you continue, even though it's boring, even though it gets old, even though it's repetitive, same thing day in, day out, maybe it looks like nothing's happening. Obviously we know that when we plant this seed, it's going to take some time before we get any fruit from it. I mean, it's going to take time. But we have hopes, though, that when we plant it, that it will come out, and that it'll come out quickly. That's just, I think we do that with the things we do in our life, right? We do the right things, but maybe we start to get a little bored and things aren't happening as fast as we thought they were, or there's a setback that we didn't expect. Let me show you these plants here. By the way, this is our yard, and there's the plants out there. But what is this right here? By the way, in case you might have known this already, because this whole place was full like that, but my husband thought, this looks messy, let's fix it. Well, I told him, can you just leave an area? So this is what I call the refuge. This is the refuge. It's like, okay, we're not going to destroy all the wildflowers and places where bugs and caterpillars, where there's a lot of them, could go and hang out and eat. I just didn't want to destroy that. So that's what that is. But anyway, remember I said I really love this pumpkin seed. This right here is the beauty. Check that out right here. We planted this from a seed, and now look. In time, this is what we have. That is so beautiful. And look, look. I just love this. It's making these little swirly vine things that I don't know the names of this, but I come out here and I'm just amazed. Like look at that. That is beautiful. And I think that these are gonna be the flowers which are gonna eventually maybe turn into a potential pumpkin, right? If that actually happens, I am gonna be so amazed because it's actually never worked out before. And then there's a tomato, all from seeds. This is the basil. I showed you the basil. Look at that. Look how tall that is. And I showed you the carrot seeds. Look, there's a carrot in there. And I heard a joke from a pastor. He was like, his daughter, and they planted carrots, and it looked like it was growing. I guess it probably looked like this. And then one day they noticed, or he noticed, that it stopped growing, and he didn't understand why. And his daughter would, and when he realized what was happening, his daughter would go out, pluck this out to look at it to see if it was ready, and then put it back in. Every day she would go check it and put it back in. Isn't that funny? Like, obviously you can't do that. Well, because the roots, you just destroy it. But we get so antsy, right? We want to see results. And so that's what she was doing, checking and putting it back in. And ultimately that was killing it. Sometimes you just need to wait. If you've never done this before, gardening or living life, right? Maybe you're in a new season, you've never done it before. Maybe you can communicate with others who have been in that season, and they can help you know what to expect. That's what I love about fellowship with other people. You know, we don't have to be isolated. We're in a world full of people who have often had similar experiences. Sometimes when I share about things that have happened in my life, I get some Me Too's, you know, people who have gone through the same things, and they're inspired because they know, oh, look, someone else has gone through and they have endured and survived. Another carrot right here. And I wanted to show you something that we're not expecting, but that's happening. Something is eating this plant. And look, there's a culprit right there. One of them. These bugs. I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't know am I supposed to spray these things with insecticide? Or, I don't really want to do that, but is there a natural way? Because something's happening here, and this looks like a snail or something. Where did it even come from? And I noticed this morning. Look at that vine. It's actually going up under there on the pot. They're cute. So, again, these all came from a seed, and they're just doing what they do. They grow. So, I just wanted to show you that beauty of nature, and just seeing how you can't rush some things along. It's just going to take time. And I think sometimes in our life, where we're trying to get to, what we want to be, the character, just who we are, is being shaped and formed day by day. Day by day, we're taking steps to help us to grow into the person that we want to be, or to hinder us, and we're going into some other direction that maybe we didn't expect. But day by day is important, every day, and I'm thankful for this day. I'm thankful for the day that I have been given. And I like to sit out here, right here in this spot, and sit on this thing with this sheet, which I know is weird, but it has a rip in it, so I didn't want to throw it away. So here we go, and it's my outside sheet. And I sit here and I read my two prayer apps, and I might read a book. I might fall asleep. But during my break right now, this is what I do. And this is what my view looks like. It's not windy right now, so, but sometimes that grass would just, I love that. And that's what I see and look at. And when I sit here quietly and just think about life, think about God, I think about, I just notice who comes to my mind, and I pray for them, or I send them a note. I just like this space, and I'm okay with slowing down, which I had to learn how to do. I think gardening has helped me because you can't rush it. You just have to continue doing the right things and waiting. So I'm just waiting. And every day I wake up and I look at them and I think, wow. That's amazing. It's amazing how they grow and how they just continue and how they're just doing the things that they were meant to do. And hopefully, faithfully, I trust that they will produce fruit. And I think it's the same with our lives as well. Each day, we look to God and we do the best that we can do. And in time, we'll notice that fruit has formed. Fruit that others can enjoy and be blessed by. This fruit of our lives that come from just faithful living day by day.